Hey guys, so I am back with a new video and this is going to be a product review and a demonstration of the Pentel Aquash water brush, which looks like this. And yeah, so let's get started. Starting off, I got this brush from Dean's Art, which is an art store here in Melbourne. Based on their website, they don't seem to have other branches in Australia. However, you can still get this product from other art stores that are available near you. Or another option would be online. The packaging looks like this, and the brush looks like this. It has a cap which you just pull open, and there's your brush, which remains intact, by the way. I've had this for a while now, and not being the gentlest person in the whole entire world when it comes to handling things, the bristles have remained intact, which tapers to a fine point, just like when I first bought them. Anyway, how it works is fairly simple. You uncap the brush or leave it, it's up to you. Then you unscrew the barrel or tube, and where you see that line, I'm not sure if it can be seen on camera, but that line indicates the advised amount of water you should put inside the barrel. Okay, so after filling the tube with water, you're ready to use it. Let me just state the pros. First off, this is great for on-the-go painting. If you are a student like myself and need to carry art supplies to university, this saves a lot of space in your pencil case. Or maybe you just like to use watercolors when you travel, or even just on an everyday basis, like let's say you'd love to sketch at a park. This definitely beats having to carry a brush and a tub for your water. Secondly, it's very simple to use this brush once you get the hang of it, and once you gain control over it. So, if I'm going to paint with it, I'll squeeze the tube gently so as not to spill excess water. Then I'll take a color from my palette, just a small dab of color because with watercolors, a little can go a long way. And you start painting with it. All you really have to remember is that if you want a really saturated color, squeeze the tube gently so the water doesn't leak. However, if you want a really soft wash with watercolors, then you just squeeze harder so there's more water. And if you want to change from one color to the next, and like myself, you only have one brush, then you can squeeze the tube and the water flows and actually washes out the paint. And also, it's really handy to have a paper towel next to you to dry the brush. Another pro about this brush is that you can get into fine details with this. Probably because I have the fine tip brush. However, I'm assuming since the bristles have stayed intact, then you can also use the medium and broad tip for fine details. It might just be harder to use, but definitely not impossible. And one more feature is the bottom of the brush, which has this shape so that when you're painting, you can place the cap on the bottom. This once again emphasizes the whole on-the-go kind of brush that it is. I mean, you don't want to be losing the cap when you're traveling. If you do and you keep this in your pencil case, it could damage the brush tip. So for me, that's a pro. Now for the cons. I've heard people say it's really hard to use since the water leaks even when you're not intending for it to happen. This has occurred to me once or twice when I used it, but I don't consider it too much of a problem. Perhaps it could be the way you hold the brush. That's what I found from my experience. If you hold it on the tube, then by accident you could squeeze it, and if you're in the middle of painting, obviously the brush is going to be wet. So if you accidentally squeeze it, even just gently, there's going to be more water, therefore it'll leak. So if it's the way you hold the brush, then I suggest to hold it on the plastic part between the brush and the tube. For me, I actually gain better control by holding it this way, but if it's really unavoidable that the water leaks, then always have a tissue or paper towel around so you can dab it and get rid of the excess water. And yeah, honestly, that's all I can think of for the cons. Like with anything new that you are trying, it's all about practice if you want to get better at it. Other things that I want to mention. If you're like me who was lazy to use watercolors because I always had to run to the bathroom or the kitchen to get water or to wash the brushes and all that stuff, then this might just be for you as well. I've been wanting this brush for a while now, and I'm really glad for the purchase. It made my life so much easier since I love using watercolors, but it was always the preparation and the cleaning afterwards that put me off. So now that I can leave the water inside the tube, it's always great. I can use it whenever I want. So yeah, that is it for this video. I hope this helped clarify a few things with this water brush, which I got a couple of questions when I uploaded my watercolor video with them. I also hope you enjoyed the video. Please give this video a thumbs up if you did like it, and subscribe if you haven't already. Please check the description box for any of my social media links if you want to contact me or to reach me. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one.